Hey, welcome to Ken's KinderGarden, also known as the Ketaminely Ken's KinderGarden. I didn't get to bring my Kermit the Frog puppet that my nephew Carter has, but I'm gonna try and do what Kermit the Frog used to do on Sesame Street and draw the letter K in air. Oh shoot. One, it's backwards, and two, he doesn't have the power to draw it on the screen. So anyways, today's KinderGarden is brought to you by the letter K. I thought since I am continuing this past October that I would share just a sweet moment of why I am calling this the Ketaminely Ken's KinderGarden, and as the letter K, spell it, has 4 points. I realized that part of my subversive but hopefully humorous approach to creating kindness pokes people in the right way. And so just to remind you that the K has 4 points. So K is, of course, first and foremost for kindness, and that's which I wish to speak of, while acknowledging those that are in a fixed mind state that maybe resent talking about what it means to be a human being who's innately altruistically hardwired to be kind, and the energy it takes to avoid being kind. I'll give an example later on. The second point is K for knowledge. I am here to learn. One of the reasons I wanted to do this is I suck at public speaking, and I'm quite vulnerable and nervous when I'm not speaking with a script. So part of this was for my own willingness to step out and share just yet another, talking head in the YouTube universe, but hopefully a white male-bodied person of a certain age that's saying, these older white-bodied people they got something wrong, something there. I'm going to be kind about it, but I'm going to subversively use my small position of power in the world to speak out about that. The third point of K is what I like to call the kaleidoscope of life. And to give you a little swirl, I picked this up. It's a wonderful little kaleidoscope. I don't know if I could get the special effects to work, but woo, look into that world. That's our world, whether you keep your eyes open and your heart open, or your eyes closed and your heart open. You see that the world is constantly evolving, constantly changing. And, none of us get out of it alive. So why not just pause, reflect, and maybe something that's unstuck or stuck or calcified, we get to address it within ourselves until our last breath. What's the option? And the final one is K for ketamine. It is one of the legal psychedelic-oriented substances that we can really openly talk about. There's a lot more research on it. It has opened my mind. And to be honest, it was in a ketamine journey a couple months ago where I got the download that said, stop playing so small in the world. Of course, with only a couple dozen people that watch this, I'm hoping that this is just a seed planter. Other people will share their wisdom, and we'll just keep the KinderGarden growing and growing and growing. I have a 6-year-old redwood tree in my front yard. Maybe we'll visit it someday. But the reality is, it's growing really slowly. I won't see it get to be a full mature one, but I'm so glad I planted it 6 years ago and I get to watch it grow. I hope to not be around when this takes off, because I think the future generation will do their version of what I'm doing now in their own way. And imagine that I'm an ancestor, but that people don't even really, they know the past about how hate has impacted our society. They think of KKK as a KinderGarden. Imagine that. So I'm just here to review why I'm here and how I got here. And today I just wanted to read before it gets too dark and I'm watching a hawk soar over top of our KinderGarden here. A really specific, acknowledgement. And I just want to say that it's coming up on a year anniversary that our little doggy died. and I'm finding the tenderness of grief. And I'm just saying that because if anyone is avoiding their grief in the holiday season, I feel like the gift to remind each other to find spaces to be held and to hold each other, whether it's church, whether it's alone in a park, whether it's the tombstone or gravesite of a loved one. Another ketamine journey told me that grief won't kill you. Not grieving will do you great harm. So in that, I want to bring through a book that's helped me. It's called Beauty, Rediscovering the True Sources of Compassion, Serenity, and Hope by the late John O'Donohue. And I just want to share one short paragraph from his wisdom. Let's see if anyone's hearts can open up to these words about beauty. We have often heard that the beauty is in the eye of the beholder. This is usually means it takes to, sorry, I'm going to start all over. Can't edit that out, but we have often heard that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. This is usually taken to mean that the sense of beauty is utterly subjective. Well, there's no accounting for taste because each person's taste is different. This statement has another more subtle meaning. If our style of looking becomes more beautiful, then beauty will become visible and shine forth for us. We will be surprised to discover the beauty. It can be in unexpected places where the ungrateful eye would never linger. The graced eye can glimpse beauty anywhere. For beauty does not reserve itself for special elite moments or instances. It does not wait for perfection, but it is present already, secretly, in everything. When we beautify our gaze, the grace of hidden beauty becomes our joy and our sanctuary. Now, my goal here is to send little nuggets of wisdom. Hopefully, either you'll be inspired by them or pick up a book and re-inspire yourself. But you know what? I love the darkness that's showing up in our world today because it reminds me that each of us have a light to shine. One of my earlier favorites that I would get, I think I got at Christmas, but as a third grade, it looked like a huge fire hazard in hindsight, was the Light Bright. I know there's new versions of it now that are probably less of a fire hazard, but it was kind of a box, a very non-LED light in the back, and it was a black sheet. And you took each peg and poked it through the dark sheet so that the light could shine through the pegs. You are a peg. There is darkness you confront, and there is light you can bring through. I hope as the sun sets and the light fades here, that you remember that today's KinderGarden is brought to you by the letter K, and this kindness, the knowledge, this kaleidoscope, and honoring a medicine that can help some. I hope that you find kind acts here and there and everywhere. As the light shades my eyes and my smile, I'm going to beam my light out. Thank you for letting me honor my dead dog. I hope you find places to soften your heart. For now, thank you. Today's episode was brought to you by the letter K. Mwah. Kisses.